What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to Be the Fish. Not your normal episode, and it's one I'm sure you're seeing all over the internet. Whether other people posting videos on it or seeing it in the news, it's everywhere. And it's why you clicked on this video, and that is the recent walleye cheating scandal.
Weights and fish! There we go! Get out of here! Holy shit!
Now, there's been a video from everybody and their mother putting it out there, anglers or not. Seeing a lot of it on TMZ, CNN. You know, people have been getting texts from people that I haven't heard from in years, but they know that I fish, so they send it to me. So it's reaching a lot of folks that don't pay attention to fishing. And I'm gonna get to why I think this is good and bad. So if for some reason you don't know what this is about, two gentlemen, I don't even want to say their names. I don't think they should be talked about. They've been talked about enough. I don't want to say their names because they purely disgust me. And it should be known that this isn't the first time that cheating has happened. And unfortunately, it's not going to be the last. When money is on the line, people do really stupid stuff. They don't use their brain. This is the biggest incident, I think, that impacted the internet, impacted society, impacted the angler community at a level that we haven't seen in a very long time. Essentially what these guys did is, in a walleye championship, they stuffed lead weights into their fish in order to gain an advantage of weight to try to win this event. And I've heard rumor that they probably would have won this event without the lead weights. So that's karma right there. Essentially in this walleye tournament, for folks who don't know, walleye events, you can bring your fish in dead or alive. They do not have to be kept in the live well, kept alive, whereas bass tournaments, you get a penalty for dead fish. So their fish were dead, they stuffed weights and actually walleye fillets in them, I believe, to try to get rid of that. You know, if they touched the walleye, you could obviously feel the lead weight. I think they tried to use those walleye fillets to wrap the lead weights to make it less noticeable. And they were caught because people called BS on their fish being 8 pounds more than what they actually were, because they stuffed 8 pounds of weights in these fish, and they were caught, plain and simple. And thankfully they did. So that is what happened. I don't want to dive too much into that because there's so many different videos out there that are going through this that can give way more information than I can. But I want to call out some things I don't think anyone else is calling out right now about this situation. First and foremost, and I want to link my buddy's, Mr. Alex Rudd, his video. I'll link that right here that you guys should go check out, because the first and foremost is everyone's talking about these cheaters. They're not talking about the actual winners. And the winners of those actually deserving this are Steve Tisco and Chris French. Guys that actually won it, actually deserved it, and earned it, and didn't cheat. So congrats, guys. You actually deserve this. There should be more credibility around what you guys are doing. Go to Alex's video. He talks way more in depth about it. Does a really good job. Highly encourage you to go over there. But this is what I really want to talk about. And that is the state of professional fishing right now. It's been a year for cheating in professional fishing, which is unfortunate. But I think there are some positives that we have to take out of this, because if it's all negative, only way we're gonna go is down as a fishing community. One, being that there's been so many cases, it's proving that we are cracking down on this. We are taking the initiative to try to make sure that tournament fishing, when money is on the line, is a clean slate. Everyone is on fair ground. Obviously there's different levels, there's different preparations, there's different things in terms of talent, dedication, and hours put in that can change the outcome of an event. But never should cheating to gain an advantage be the influence of an event, especially when there's money on the line, because like I mentioned earlier, money makes people crazy. So it's good that these things are being called out. It's good that they're being talked about, because without them being talked about, without people getting caught, without change happening, the sport is not going to recover from it, and improve, which bass fishing always seems to be, as people say in this industry, 10 years behind everything else. So it's good to see us start to make steps, make waves further, and try to make the sport more on the fair ground of competition. And hopefully that this is a deterrent. But for anyone thinking of cheating, hopefully they're taking a second to think, hey, people are getting caught when they're trying to do this. Probably not a wise idea to do it. And if you're thinking of cheating, you're in this sport for the wrong reason. So here's the biggest thing that I am concerned with, and I think actually creates an opportunity for us as anglers. Like I mentioned earlier, there are outlets that do not cover fishing that are covering this topic. So if you think about it from a standpoint of someone that doesn't know much about fishing, or don't know what fishing really is or what it encompasses, where us as anglers, we know what it is because it's our passion, it's what we live for basically, it's what we love, right? We know what fishing is. We know what true fishing is, true competition, true camaraderie. We know what that's all about. Someone that doesn't fish, that goes and sees on TMZ or some random platform that never ever covers fishing, that there's this big cheating scandal and it's all negative, what is their perception going to be about this sport? It's not going to be good, especially when it comes to tournament fishing at a competitive level. They're going to look at it as something they don't want to get into. Think about the people that are looking at this walleye trail. These either anglers that are just starting, these entry-level anglers, people that want to get into tournaments, and they see this happen. That is a deterrent to go fish these tournaments, because they're like, I don't want to compete with somebody that's going to be cheating and giving me a fair shot at doing well. So that's all negative right there, with these outlets that are covering this, that never covered anything outdoors in their editorials whatsoever, and they covered this cheating scandal. Makes us look really bad. This is an opportunity for us as anglers to really start shining the light on the positive things in our sport. The camaraderie, the taking your kid fishing, taking some, you hear these feel-good stories of guys that show up to the ramp and there's some kid that's fishing off the dock and they bring him out on their boat to go fishing for the day. And then that kid becomes absolutely crazy about fishing and has a lifelong passion to carry on for his family and his friends, and to maybe return the favor. These stories are not getting talked about as much. And I think this is where we have an opportunity, I feel like it's a duty as us as anglers to talk about why fishing is so amazing, why we do this, why we're addicted, why this is our passion, because there's so many different facets that go into this, right? I mean, catching the fish, the pursuit of the challenge, being outdoors, being, one with nature, spending quality time with your family members, your friends, meeting new people. I mean, there are people that, some of my best friends that are going to be in my wedding that I would have not met if I didn't fish. We need to, as anglers, start highlighting the positives. Because in a world with media and news that are absolutely just drowning everyone in just negative stories, because people love drama, well, people also love, and I think we are in a time where we need to have more feel-good stories. Otherwise, this sport is not going to survive. And this becomes an interesting topic, because we always talk about, growing the sport. You hear that a lot. And I think to a capacity, fishing has a roof. It has a ceiling in terms of how much it can actually grow. But in terms of spreading the passion for this sport, there really isn't a finite number, especially in trying to teach the valuable lessons that fishing can teach you. Patience, putting your phone down, embarking on a challenge. And honestly, one thing that is really valuable today that no one really talks about is fishing allows you to forget the world. Like, you forget everything that's wrong when you go out and you go fishing, because you're focused on the next cast, you're focused on fishing, you're taking in the scenery. That's one thing that people, I think, don't talk about right now. That's a huge advantage of fishing, whether you're catching something or not. Fishing is an absolutely incredible thing to go and do, to learn, to embark on that chase to catch a fish, and it helps you forget all the problems that you have, all the problems in the world right now. For folks that, I don't do it personally, I refuse to watch the news because of it, that get up and see all the negative crap that's on TV or on your news on your phone, and it puts you down. It makes you worry. If you go fishing, the first cast, you're going to forget about it, and it's going to lift your spirits. It's going to give you motivation for the day. It's going to give you motivation to do better. And I think that's one thing, again, as anglers, we need to do to highlight this. Screw these guys for going and cheating and creating this negative uproar with fishing. We as anglers need to band together, as many of us do already, and let's start sparking some good. I see a lot of people all the time that rally behind each other, and it's awesome. And we need to keep doing that. We need to keep talking about the good things that happen in our sport, supporting the people that are embracing the good, supporting people that are the spark for all these good trends in fishing. We need to get behind it. We need to talk about it and start getting rid of all of this negativity. And I think that's one thing that's not being talked about with this, especially with all these different outlets and the random people that I'm getting texts from that do not fish, that don't follow fishing, that are seeing this. It has put this thought into my mind. And that is why I thought it was important for me to make and film this video, because I know there's so many different videos online about this, but I think this is one thing that was important to talk about, and that is why I felt the need to film it. So I hope you guys agree. If you do, please let me know down in the comments. Give this video a thumbs up. Let's share this thing, start sparking some good, and we'll see you guys on the next one.